Welcome to yet another YouTube video, and today I'm going to be covering things I wish I knew before I joined university and things that I would probably do differently. There are a lot of things I probably would have done differently. I've got my trusty notebook. Let's get started. Number one, it is absolutely okay to be homesick. It's actually normal. I think every single person that goes into uni life realizes it's a lot harder than it looks to be at uni and away from home. One of the biggest things that I had to deal with was missing my at-home friends and my family, and just you have to start fresh. That's one of the biggest challenges and hardest challenges at uni. Alongside that, I think a good idea of how to kind of overcome homesickness is add in a few photos of your friends, your family, and holidays. Uni gives you a pin board. So it is literally a board, you buy some pins and you put in all of the photos that you want from just your friends from home, your uni friends. I put so many uni stuff up on this pin board. I even put on little reminders because it's just there. You can look at it, you see it, you think happy thoughts, happy vibes, and honestly it was one of the things that got me through my whole uni first year, because I just stared at it every single day and I thought, oh my god, I'm so lucky to have all of these people in my life and I miss them every single day, but they're still there. They're still gonna be there when it comes to it. Just take photos. I got them printed off of, I think it was free prints, and you only pay for shipping. So I got so many and I just kept on sticking more up, and I'm gonna do it again this year. So get photos of your friends, family, and all of your holidays and any good memories that you have. Get the photos. Next thing is join a society. Right at the start, early doors, join the society. And I say this not to be mean, not to sound like a know-it-all, but as somebody who didn't really stick with a society right from the beginning, I would say go to the society events, because it's where you meet friends, and meeting friends at uni can be really, really difficult. Going to join a society is probably one of the best things that you can do for yourself in that new environment, in the new situation that you're in, because you're going to be meeting people, you're going to be out and about, and you're going to be doing things, and it will take your mind off of feeling homesick, it will take your mind off of everything else that's going on. That is really key and really important to starting your university life. It's 3 years of your life and you want it to be a good 3 years. So join a society. Anything of your choosing. One of my biggest mistakes when I joined university was I went to the society fair. Basically it's like a student freshers fair thing, and it shows all the societies. I went there and I looked at all of the different options and I thought, wow, I could so totally join Surf Society. I was going to, and then I thought, that's probably for people who already know how to surf. It's not. They have beginner courses, but I didn't read into it. I didn't even go up to them. I didn't speak to them. I didn't do anything. But it is well worth it too. Because if you speak to them and you understand what they can do for beginners, then you'll learn something. You'll have a hobby, which means you'll be able to go out and do said hobby, which will make you feel a little bit more motivated and like you have something to do in your off time, where you won't have to be dependent on anybody else and it's just on you. And that's pretty much what university life is all about, is being independent and going off and doing things and making new friends. So join a society, no matter if you know how to do it, if you don't know how to do it, it doesn't matter. And another big message this leads on is keep making friends throughout your entire year at uni. I got really close to the first people that I met at uni, and I wanted to spend every single day with them, and I didn't really want to be by myself, and I got very, like, clingy. I was clinging to them, and that's not what you should be doing, because you're at uni, you're supposed to be meeting new people, adventuring beyond the first people that you meet. And this is going to feel very strange, because at home you have the specific people that you want to be around all the time, and you're really close with them, and you've built that, like, friendship bond that makes you so close and so tight-knit. You don't have that going into uni. You don't want to be the clingy person that, like, wants to just stay with a group of friends. And it wasn't necessarily me wanting to do that, but it was the people that I surrounded myself with. Alongside this, go to class. Go to your lectures, because I know that you're going to be wanting to stay in the club until, like, 4 o'clock in the morning, or until close, whenever close may be. But then you have a 9 a.m. lecture the next day. Are you going to wake up for that lecture? No. So stop kidding yourself, because no, you're not. I know you, because I was you. And no, I did not go to many of those 9 a.m. lectures. Also because of my chronic fatigue, so that's like a whole other story. But go to class. You're there for the degree, not for going out clubbing. But that does not mean that you can't go out clubbing. Just choose wisely the days that you go clubbing, because it matters. It really does matter. On the other end of the stick, say yes to things. Don't hold yourself back, and don't say no. If somebody asks you, oh, hey, can we hang out? Say yeah. Bottom line, say yes. I get it if you're busy, if you have an assignment in, that is okay to say no. But the majority of the time, say yeah. It will really help your uni experience. Saying yes to things like, I don't know, going clubbing. Don't go out alone. If somebody does say no to you and you want to go clubbing, don't go alone. Things happen when you go out alone, and it's not always nice things. So my top tip to you is go out with a group of people that you trust. And I know that that's hard at the start, but stay with your flatmates, because you're kind of stuck with them for the rest of the year. Uni can be a scary place, so don't go out alone. Another thing that I think is quite important, and I kind of wish I realised before I headed to uni, was people don't grow maturity overnight. And I kind of take pride in my maturity levels on, like, a general basis. Obviously I haven't got a frontal lobe yet. My frontal lobe is not developed. It's like, I don't know, that happens in your, like, 20s, but I am quite a mature person, and it's probably because of my cousins being so much older than I am, and, like, growing up basically around adult figures. I'm literally the baby of my family, so growing up around people that are older than me, I've matured faster than I think some other people in my year group who still kind of act like children, in my opinion. And this is the thing about uni, is you go to uni and you think that everybody's going to be on a mature level, everybody's going to be thinking maturely. But one of the things to remember about uni is you have just left either sixth form, college. It's like taking secondary school drama into a university environment, and sadly that's just the way that things go. You need to find the people that are on the same maturity level as you and don't want to continue with the stupid drama that you had back in secondary school or, like, sixth form. Just bear that in mind, because that's one of the biggest things that I needed to learn, is that not everybody's on the same wavelength as me. Student accom essentials. A rug. Your room is bland, plain, and boring. Hate to say it, the colours that you get in student uni accom is white, grey, nothing very entertaining, standout-ish. So a rug goes a long way. Along with blankets and pillows, You need those really to add pop of colour into your room, along with fake plants. Basically anything that adds colour. And that includes colour changing lamps, because I had so many. I actually have a cube one, it's on my desk right now. I'm not gonna show it because my desk is kind of messy. But it's basically a cube one, it's kind of like got a ripple effect and you can change the colours on it. I love it. I use it all the time, and every single person that has been in my uni student accom has complimented it, along with my sunset lamp. All very important for the vibes, coziness, and just like, if you're watching a movie and you want to put on like a lamp, set it to the right colour of like the mood of the movie. Perfect. This is kind of outside of the room, but I love my coffee. So get yourself a coffee maker. I mean, I don't actually have like coffee beans for a coffee maker. Like, it's a Dolce Gusto, and it's like you get like the pods. I get the pods and they do wonders. Love it. I love it. And basically you just pop it in and then it makes you coffee. It's so simple. And like, you can add in like a vanilla syrup, gingerbread syrup, caramel syrup. You can add any type of syrup that you want, and then it makes your like coffee taste amazing. I've done iced coffees, I've done normal coffees, I've even done a hot chocolate on that thing, and by the way, it is phenomenal. So basically get yourself one of those, because it is, in my opinion, very essential. A shoe rack is very important. Room dividers. Now this depends on the size of your room, but dividing your room can really help you out. Can really help you out. If you divide your room and it's like a spacious room and you divide it into two, you can have a study space and a bed space. And this is like really good for when you don't have any opportunity to like go to the library. I didn't have the space, but I might have the space in my second year uni home, so I have to make a decision. I got a trolley storage unit from IKEA, and I used it as like a bedside table. And you would think that it would come with a bedside table, like a uni accommodation room. It doesn't. Not necessarily. My room, it was situated right next to my desk. Other people's rooms where their radiators were put in different positions, my radiator was right next to my bed. They had a bedside table. I did not. So I used a trolley. And I made it easy to like roll around. I had my drinks on there for movie nights, and my friends were like, oh my god, that's so cool, you can just move it around. Yeah. So simple, so easy, I loved it to bits. I recommend. You do need a plug tower, but make sure you don't plug in too much stuff, because it can kill the switch in your room. Next thing, definitely get some homely plates. You're away from home. You want it to be something that is light, breezy, nice. Aesthetically pleasing, you might say. So get some homely plates. I've got like a grey and a white one. It's like grey one side, white the other, but it's like kind of split, and it's like diagonally split, and it's nice. It's nice. Get yourself a nice plate. Go to IKEA, find yourself a nice plate. And like get a whole set. Bowls, small plates, big plates. List goes on. Make sure you have posters. Your room is boring, your room is bland, and you will want something that reminds you a little bit about yourself and why you like yourself and things that you enjoy. I didn't have any posters up in my first year, uni accom. Big mistake, because I will be doing that in my second year uni accom, and I already have my poster that I will be putting up. And it's actually by a TikToker, I can't remember the name, but she does amazing artwork, and I found her on Etsy. I might tag her in the description down below. I'm not sure which way is right and which way is up and which way is down. This way is down. Beautiful. Stunning art piece. Going up instantly in my room as soon as I get there. And the great thing about her is that she's called Shannon, and she actually gave me a thank you note and did doodles herself. She's an amazing artist, and she's also a university student. So, also get yourself storage boxes. I don't mean like the clear, annoying plastic boxes that kind of just take up space. I did have that. The collapsible and stackable ones. They're like the nice little colour ones, they add a little bit of colour to the room. I've been looking for them for ages, have not been able to find any, but I will be having some in my second year uni home. Also get yourself hangers. And just to go alongside what I've already said before, get yourself photos to pin up on the wall. That is everything that I can say right now. If you want a longer video on all of the things I will be bringing to uni, I feel like I'm already going to do that when I pack up to leave. Like I'll do like a little packing slash what I'm taking to uni with me. Clothing essentials. So for my clothing essentials, you're going to need loungewear, going out wear, and definitely some dress up costumes for society nights. And that's as much as I'm going to say. Make sure you meal plan and prep. And by like meal plan, I mean set out your meals for the week. And make sure you kind of stick to it. Helps budget. But in terms of prep, I mean night before, you're making spag bowl, right? Make sure you do a little bit too much. Have it for lunch the next day. Stick it in the fridge overnight in a Tupperware container. Make sure you bring a Tupperware container. Stick it in the fridge overnight and then basically just put it in the microwave for, I always do 2.5 minutes because of my friend Dia saying that. 2.5 minutes in the microwave, heat it up, eat it. So simple, so easy, warm lunch, sorted out for the next day. The next thing on my list is use a calendar app. And I know that this sounds so stupid, so dumb, but you are never, ever, 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 ever going to be able to keep on top of all of the assignments that you have to hand in, or what events that might be taking place in the uni. And you might write it down on a little piece of paper. You're going to lose that piece of paper. I didn't personally do that. I haven't made this mistake. But make sure you use a calendar app. Now, I use a thing called How About. And How About is an amazing app, not sponsored at all, by the way. How About is absolutely phenomenal. It means that I can basically share my entire schedule with all of my friends, as long as they have the app. And that means that if they have a day that's free, we can arrange something. If I don't have a day that's free and they don't have a day that's free, then we can't arrange something. It just means that you get to see each other's schedules and be like, I know that you're free on this day. Come hang out with me. Amazing, spectacular, love it to bits. And also add your lectures on there because, trust me, it sucks when you forget that there's a lecture on a certain day. Just add them. Just add them. Next on the list is do speak to your lecturers. And I don't mean this in like a, oh, have a nice like conversation about what you've been doing on that day or like what's been going on, yada yada yada. I mean, if you're having any issues at all, and I mean at all, if there is like, I don't know, family issues going on at home and it's affecting how you're performing in your university education, literally just go and speak to them. They're not out there to get you. Just let them know that you're having a hard time and they'll be there to help you along, or they should be. But also alongside that, your uni should have a well-being team that you can go and speak to. And if you're struggling in any way with mental health, how you're handling uni, how you're settling in, go and speak to the well-being team because they're always there to help and they should always be like available and they're always friendly, so go and speak to them. I personally didn't, and I bottled up a lot of how I was feeling, how I was settling into uni. I bottled it all up until it absolutely exploded. And I mean, I've got chronic fatigue and I didn't tell anybody about that until probably the last term, when I realised I was either gonna pass or fail this year, and I was like, I have to tell them if I'm gonna pass. They're gonna be 1,000 times more hard on you by the end of the year if they don't know what you've been going through the entire year. So I was really, really lucky that one of my lecturers gave me leniency on my lack of attendance, and it was dance, which is why I'm not taking musical theatre next year, and instead I'm going into theatre and acting. And it's just because of my chronic fatigue. I could not attend any of my dance lectures, and I didn't let my dance teacher know until the end of the year. Just let them know is the bottom line of this, is let them know. Alongside one of the first things that I mentioned, it is absolutely okay to feel alone. Again, it's your first time being independent, it's your first time being by yourself. You're gonna feel alone because you don't have the natural support system that you had at home. You're not gonna have your parents to go and speak to every second of every single day. You are effectively living on your own, but in a flat full of people. But you're effectively living on your own. You see your flatmates probably, I want to say 10% of the time. I did not see my flatmates that much, unless it was evenings that we had specifically asked to hang out, especially towards the end of the year. The first bit of the year, I feel like you are going to be around them more, which is good for settling in. But when you get to the end of the year, you are going to start feeling alone because everybody is so focused on end of year stuff. And I think the last thing that I am going to mention is spend time at the library and do your readings. Now, I didn't do many of my readings for university in first year. I feel like this had a big toll on how I was doing in my written essays because I didn't do the readings, which meant I didn't have all of the references that you should be having in uni. When you're writing an essay, you need to reference. So you need citations and references. So it's better to do your readings because then you'll be able to citate properly and do things properly. But yeah, go to the library. Make sure you spend time at the library, do your readings, and being at the library, it sounds like scary in the first year. And I know this is gonna sound stupid, like, it's a library. It's what you're like there to do, you're there to study. But the library in first year is gonna be scary because you are looking in the library and not many first years are there, and you're looking at second and third years who are finishing their degree or like coming to the end of their degree, and you're like, I am not supposed to be here. And at the end of the day, you are. It's just first year students don't tend to go to the library as much because they don't necessarily want to. So go to the library. You're going to be scared. You might be by yourself, but do it because it's going to help your degree. And if you don't want to do it in the library, just do it in your room. Do your readings. But I would say use the library for the resources that it has, because it has a lot of resources. And I think that's come to the end of my video. If you guys have any other things that you want to ask about uni life, I can probably make this a series. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you stay tuned for any of my other uploads. I post every Sunday at 5 PM. I do hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you stay tuned for so many more. I love all of you, every single last one of you. You're all amazing, and I am so grateful because I have literally, it's the 20th of July, and my birthday was June 18th, and on June 18th I hit 300 subscribers in 1 month. I checked on July 18th, I had 417. I grew by 117 subscribers in a month, and I am so happy, and I am so grateful to every single last one of you that have made that possible for me. Like, I love every single one of you. It does not go unnoticed. It goes so appreciated, so noticed. Love every single one of you, and I hope to see you in so many more videos, and hopefully some more talking ones, because I know I've done a lot of travel ones recently. Yeah, I hope you did enjoy, and I hopefully see you in the next one. Peace out. Love you guys.